Hello everybody, in this video I'm gonna talk about a very common use case of chord inversion, and that's used in a 5-1 situation. So it's 5-1 once again, alright? So usually we will use that in the first inversion, alright? Or I should say for now we'll focus on the first inversion, alright? And let's take a look at G dominant 7 to C. So remember, G, the note G, for example, if we are in C major, the G wants to resolve to C. You can also go up, it's the same thing. Alright, you can either go down a fifth or go up a fourth, that's the same thing. We also discussed that in the 251 videos. Alright, so among the scale, the fifth can stay put, or you can resolve that to C. There's another note that really wants to go to the C, which is the B note. See? It has this tendency to resolve to the C. Alright, if we replay G7 to C, that would sound something like this. And we can use the first inversion of G dominant 7 this way. Or I just keep try it here. Sorry. So let's just use try. See, you have this note here that wants to resolve to C. So that way you would create a very smooth half-step bass movement instead of this fifth, which is also very good, of course. But then occasionally, once in a while, you want to switch things up a little bit, to keep it interesting. So G7 to C, no inversion, so that would be and then G7 on B, so that's basically your first inversion. Alright, that's your first inversion. Oops. That's your first inversion. Alright. So that would sound something like this. One more time. 5 chord. So very smooth sounding. Alright. So let me point out the resolution points. So we have this G7 on B. So again, that's first inversion. And you have B, your third. You have a fifth. You have your root. Occasionally, if you want to, you can also put in the flat 7. The B would resolve up to C. So you see the role of the dominant 7 chord here is really to create tension. And you want to resolve that tension to a more stable chord, so tension and release. Alright, coming back here. So D goes down to C. The F really wants to go down to E. That's a half step down resolution. You can just keep the G up there. So if I play this voicing one more time for you, that should be something like this. B, D, F, G. So B, D, and you want to resolve that to a C major. One more time. Alright. So if you compare this to the root position, the first inversion chord is slightly less stable. It has a different flavor to it because of this, half step movement up to C. Alright then. So, also, we want to talk about the minor case, alright? So let's work it out right here. You would have the same 5-7 chord actually, since we'll be using C harmonic minor. So again, same intervals. Alright, and that's your G7 on B, first inversion. And you would basically have the same resolution. So B to C, D down to C, F down to E flat, and G would be staying as G. So that's C minor. And let's take a listen one more time. So in this case, we have so B, D, F, G to C minor. Basically, you're just changing one note. E to E flat, right? Sorry. That's the root position. First inversion, G, 7th. Or triad to C minor. One more time. 7th. Alright. So that's your first inversion use case. Most of the time it's used in the 5-1 situation. Of course, it will be present in other situations as well. For now, we will safely focus on the 5-1 situation. Alright. So I'll see you in the next video then.